Welcome to our mindful flow practice today. Today we're going to do more mindful and less flow, if that makes sense. I call this mindful flow, but today's practice, I don't know what kind of inspired me this morning, but I was reading a little bit about Sthira Sukham Asanam, and the concept, the philosophy behind Sthira Sukham Asanam is the ability to find peace and ease and grace in the pose at the same time that we are employing some level of effort to be steady. So there's a fine balance between bringing in some amount of effort, but then dropping into the ease of the pose. And I just love thinking about this. I love trying to bring this into my own practice. In a moving flow, it's a little bit of a different situation where you're just kind of moving with the breath. It's very breath-minded, and I find that refreshing as well for different reasons. But today we're going to do less moving flow and more just kind of moving from posture to posture. But I really want us to bring in the idea of Sthira Sukha, which is ease, and it's balancing effort and ease. So it's finding that really steady place where you can just sort of drop in and let go of trying to do more. You can find elements of peace in your body, and it just kind of all comes together. So this is something that moves us a little more slowly, because it takes a little while to kind of let your body explore and find that sweet spot of effort and ease and that beautiful balance. So that's going to be our aim for today. So beginning, let's start out in Sukhasana, simple cross-leg pose, also known as the pose of ease. And if you ever don't find this posture to be of ease, I want you to really try to see if you can come to that place today. Bringing a blanket underneath your seat, at least under your sits bones, can often help. Allowing your legs to just cross in a very natural fashion, letting the hips roll outward. And when you sit up on the blanket, you're going to create a little bit of a pelvic tilt. The hips are going to tilt forward ever so slightly, which just helps to support the lower back and brings a little bit of elevation to the spine. So see if you can come to that physical posture, those cues first, and then let's just close the eyes. And we're going to take a few minutes of mindful meditation. Just feeling your seat below you. And first allowing yourself some sense of your physical presence. Acknowledging your body. Acknowledging awareness of your own physicality upon this earth. Let your hands rest on your lap. And if you find yourself being a little agitated this morning, a little untethered, and you wish to bring yourself into more of a grounded state, then I would suggest that you bring your palms down on your seat. If you already feel rather grounded and you're maybe in search of a feeling or awareness of new energy, then you can turn the palms upward. Either way, bring your awareness to your hands and arms as you relax your shoulders down. And plug your seat down into the earth, feeling the support of the sitting bones underneath. Lifting and elevating ever so slightly up from the crown of the head to create space between the spinal column vertebra. But then just relax into what feels like a natural pose of ease for you. Become aware of your senses. Becoming aware of the sense of maybe any sounds around you. Even acknowledging the sound of my voice. Moving from one place on this planet through the ether and over to you. Sounds outside or in your room or in your home, no matter how subtle. Just knowing that life is moving around and existing in its own natural way. Perhaps noting through the sense of touch the feeling of the air upon your skin. Your skin being the largest sense organ in the body, and feel the temperature of the air. Maybe even the very subtle movement of air across your skin. Even with the eyes closed, noticing your sense of sight, the colors and patterns that you see behind your closed lids. Evidence of your sensory body moving and activating. Everything is alive. Everything within you is alive. And in this moment of aliveness, bring your awareness to your breath. Feel of the air tickling in coolly through the nostrils. The slight warmth of each exhale as it travels back out. The ever-present rise and fall of your chest. All of this deep mindful awareness of your senses and your body, allow yourself to relax into this stillness. Truly finding a sense of ease of mind, body, and heart. Harness your awareness of what it feels like in this moment this sense of being at ease. I want you to see if you can recall this very sense as we move through the various postures in our practice today. Let's take 3 more breaths. Last one. And let it out. Go ahead and begin to open your eyes. Bring your gaze forward. Feels pretty good already, huh? All right, so moving into our first posture today. As I had said, to some of you who may have joined a little late, we're going to be doing more held postures today instead of moving flow. So we're going to stay here in a seated posture, but we're going to come into Gomukhasana. So bringing your left foot, or I guess right foot, over to your left hip. Draw your left leg over and start moving your feet in opposite directions from themselves. Now, if it's not comfortable for you to sit down between your feet, go ahead and get your block and bring a block up underneath your seat to elevate your pelvis and allow your knees and hips to drop forward. They may already be open enough since we were sitting in Sukhasana for quite some time, but remember that you can bring that block into Gomukhasana to help find ease into the pose. All right, so sitting down between our hips. Now these hips are internally rotating instead of externally, so they're rotating inward. And then we're going to bring our strap into play. Sorry if I didn't, I know some of you joined late. So hopefully you have a strap or something you can use nearby. And let's go ahead and take the strap. We're going to throw it over the side where the knee is on top. So for me, that's the right. For you, that may be left. All right, then once you have the strap over your shoulder, just kind of aid your elbow upward. Again, we're not stretching, we're not efforting into any of these poses today. We're only efforting enough, if that's a word, we're only moving with enough effort to create an initial posture, and then we're going to find the ease in the pose as we explore Sthira-Sukham Asana. So grab the strap with the opposite arm and just begin to move your fingers up the strap to the extent that they feel comfortable and you can maintain the posture. Okay? So again, never pain, and even maybe backing off your full edge a little bit today so that we can relax everything down. Release your seat. Allow yourself to drop into your seat a little heavier. You'll feel your hips begin to respond by opening a little fuller. You'll feel the tricep on the elevated arm and a rotation of the shoulder on the opposite side. Take your breath in and then drop in and find a place of peace and ease. Now for some of you that may mean backing off from where you initially started, and that's okay. Yoga is not a competitive sport at all, not even with yourself. So today I really want you to back off and find peace and comfort. Release down into those hips a little bit more. Breathe in up and down the spine. hold for one more breath. And then release the strap from behind. Bring the arm down. Just going to press back, unwind those legs. Let's bring the legs out to a nice wide leg and just give them a little bit of motion. We held that for quite some time, so let's just move the hips around a little bit so we make sure we keep everything lubricated. Feels good. And then bring it back up to the top. So this time we'll take the opposite leg underneath. Probably for the left for you, since I cued you, I think, the right on the first time. And then right leg will come over the top of that one. So you're aiming for your knees to be stacked. Again, sitting up on that block if that helps. Take your strap. This time you're going to throw it over the right shoulder. Help that elbow up so you have a nice full stretch underneath the tricep. Sit up nice and tall. And then as you're ready, take the opposite arm around, grab the strap, take a breath in, and then start to sink down into your hips once again, relaxing and releasing the effort and finding the ease. It's challenging. It's really challenging to do that. We want to keep pushing. We want to keep efforting. It's just kind of built into our nature. But that's one of the beautiful things about yoga is it allows us to understand our own nature a lot more deeply. And this helps us in so many ways, not just in doing these postures, not just getting on our mat and doing our yoga practice, but it helps in indefinable number of ways throughout your daily life. Learn when to back off, learn when to find peace in where you are. Keep breathing. Relax through those hips. Relax your shoulder. Relax your left shoulder. Allow it to drop down. Let's take 3 more breaths here. One more. Release the arm behind and the strap down. Drop it down. Let's sit back again, and one more time, just kind of loosen up the hips. Do a couple of windshield wipers back and forth. All right. Very nice. All right, so sit up forward. Got one more hip stretch for us while we're still in this same position. So we're going to bring our feet together, now letting the hips externally rotate once again. Palms of the feet. That's a funny, soles of the feet. I guess it could be palms of the feet, right? Bringing the soles of the feet together. Again, sitting up on that blanket a little bit to give you some elevation through the spine. Lift up. And then slowly exhale, bring your torso forward, bringing your heart slowly down toward your feet, coming into Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose with a forward fold, just slowly inching forward, relaxing and releasing through those hips, feeling the stretch in the lower spine. Soft, smooth, gentle breaths will ease your way, and you'll find that sweet spot. If you just take it slowly enough, without forcing, softening, just like like your body's made of butter and it's warming and slowly softening all the way down. Ease is there. Peace and grace are there. Breath allows you to travel to those deep places of stillness, maintain a presence, a mindful presence of exactly where you are right now. I am at ease. One more breath. And then slowly begin to walk your hands backwards, sliding them backwards, sitting all the way up. Bring your knees together. And then we're going to turn around. I'm going to face down the other direction since I was sideways on my mat. And we're going to bring our legs all the way down the mat now with long extended legs. Now once again, if you like, you can stay up on the corner of that blanket. We're going to come to Dandasana, or staff pose. A staff pose for me seems kind of strange to say, but this was always a difficult pose for me, and I'm not really sure why, but I always had trouble finding stillness and ease in this pose. I think I was trying too hard, to be honest. But let's bring the legs out. They're going to come directly off of the hips, so about hip width apart for your feet. So if you could draw a line from the middle of your foot all the way up through your knee, it would come right up to your hip point. All right, sitting up nice and tall, once again plugging your sits bones down into the mat. We're going to bring our hands down by the hips. Soften your shoulders down. So we're just going to enjoy the natural curve of the spine, even as we do have a little bit of lift, feeling the crown of your head wanting to lift up to the ceiling. So if you just engage the energy of the body moving up and down the spine, rather than trying to lift up and hold yourself stiff, allow the natural curve to stay in place, but just feel the energy lifting up, pulling away from gravity through the top of your head. Fingers are light and gentle on the mat. If your arms are a little longer, if your torso is a little taller, you may have a little bend in the elbow. Or if they're a little shorter, then your fingers may just reach the mat. So either way is fine. I want you to soften through your hands. Relax your shoulders a little bit more. Soften the muscles of your neck and unclench your jaw. Your gaze can be forward, or if you want, it can be down the nose. You could even close the eyes again if you wanted to. Holding yourself in staff pose, Dandasana. We're going to take 3 more breaths here. Sthira Sukham Asana, balancing effort and ease. 2 more breaths. If you notice any clenching going on in the knees, see if you can let go. 1 more breath. Beautiful. All right. Moving from this posture, we're going to bring the arms forward, raising them up and overhead. Nice deep breath will lift us up, and then exhale, come forward. Hands are just going to reach down on either side of your shins, and just like in Baddha Konasana, we're just going to stretch and lift through the lower back. so that we extend the spine, and then as we exhale, slowly come forward with a straight, flat back toward our feet. Moving now into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Again, play around with this idea of using some amount of effort to move the body into the posture, and then once you're there, letting go with ease. Balancing all of our energies here. Each breath you may find a little bit more space to move forward and down. Just notice all those sensations along the way. Don't lose that sense that we created at the beginning, using all your senses. The air in the room, the sounds around you. Making every part of this practice a meditation. Slowly begin to rise back up. Loop your shoulders up and back. Take a little seated cow, lifting your heart, just stretching and reaching your chin up to the ceiling. And then coming back to our seat. All right. We're going to take the, probably take the blanket off. And we're going to come to a four-legged posture in tabletop. Bringing your hands right underneath your shoulders. Knees are going to come directly under your hips, so we create that really equal-sided box. Energy lifting up from the palms of your hands through the shoulders, down the back, and then from the hips down to the knees once again. Engage your belly, draw the navel up, and imagine the band of your abdomen reaching around and hugging your lower back. So really engage that lower core, not in a hard, effortful fashion, but just engage it, feel it working, feel it alive in the center of your body. Holding this table position for one more breath. We're then going to drop into cow tilt by allowing the belly to simply drop down, letting the tailbone rise up. A slight bend in your elbows, so just soft elbows will help your heart draw forward. And then your neck is a beautiful extension of your upper spine. So we're not cranking it back and holding the chin upward, but we're just reaching the head forward, creating that sweet U-shaped extension through the spine. We're going to hold this for 3 breaths. I know this is really strange today. We're not moving and grooving, and we're really just exploring the stillness of each posture. Feel what's going on in the body and drop into that sweet spot of ease. Allowing the hips to open, the gluteal muscles to relax. One more full breath. And then as you exhale, start to come back to a neutral spine. And then we're going to bring it the other way. So the tailbone is going to reach forward, tilting forward and down. We're going to let the head drop all the way down, and we're going to feel the upper back lifting up toward the ceiling. Sliding your shoulder blades to the side of your body. See if you can feel like your shoulder blades opening up like a book, so that the back of the heart can rise up. Crown of the head is dropping down.
Allow everything to just roll off your neck and down toward the earth. Holding this cat stretch now for 3 full breaths. Again, find the ease. If you need to back off a little bit instead of pushing so hard, then do so. Feel your breath moving in and out. The body may rest and may pause, but the breath never does. One more full breath. And then inhale, come back to a tabletop position. And we're just going to push back. Let our belly drop down on top of our thighs. Rest the chest all the way down on the tops of the legs. Bring your head down toward the mat. Forehead and your third eye resting down on the mat. Let everything go in Balasana or Child's Pose. Bring your awareness to your breath and imagine it traveling up and down your spine, relaxing all of those nerve endings. Relax your shoulders, the back of your neck. Find true rest and ease in Child's Pose. One more breath here. Yourself forward and back to hands and knees. We're going to curl our toes and lift our knees off the mat as we press up and back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, or downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, let's take our time establishing a firm foundation with the hands. Imagine once again a little pocket of air, a little pocket of energy rising up through the palms of your hands, traveling up your arms, plugging into your shoulders, feeling that very firm foundation now in the front part of your body. Lift your heels up off the mat and let the energy travel up the back of the legs, lifting your hips high, letting your neck relax. Even moving it around just a little bit to make sure that your neck is nice and at ease. And once again, your navel is reaching up. Your lower core is wrapping around your lower back, pulling it up and backward toward the back of your mat. Deep breaths now moving fully through your body. Start to relax your heels down. Maybe they come down to the mat, maybe they still hover. Full body breaths here. Adho Mukha Svanasana, a pose with a little bit more effort involved, but still we're trying to find our ease. One more full breath. Take our feet and bring our toes together so that the big toes are touching. With your right foot, I want you to place the right foot in front of the left foot. So try to straighten your right leg as much as you can with ease, feeling the stretch in your hamstring. Left foot can even hover up. Maybe you're just standing on one foot now. We're going to walk up a tightrope to the front of the mat. So then the left foot is going to come in front of the right. As if you are in the big top and you're walking on that very small wire. Right foot now comes in front of the left, so my heel is touching my toe on the opposite foot. Beautiful. Left foot comes in front of right. Your legs are as straight as you can manage, but Your knees may be very well bent. That's okay. You're feeling the stretch that you need, and that's what's important. All right, right foot comes in front, and then step your left foot next to the right. We're now in a forward folding position at the front of your mat. Go ahead and use your blocks if you want to. I want us to hang here in ragdoll for just a moment, so if you want to keep your knees bent, let your belly just rest on top of your knees. You can bring your hands to your blocks if you want some support, or you can grasp your elbows on the opposite arms and just let the top of your head hang down like a sack of potatoes. Breathe here. My sinuses are getting stuffy upside down. I don't know if yours are, but we'll keep trying to breathe either way. And then we're going to slowly rise up, and I say slowly because we've been upside down for a while. Bring your hands to your legs, little by little. Just gently walk your hands up your body to help yourself rise up so that you don't get dizzy or off balance. Coming all the way to the top, let's take a full body stretch, fingers reaching up. Deep full body breath in and exhale. Bring your hands down by your side. Taking one breath into Tadasana here. Feeling steady and plugged in. And then inhale, bring your arms up over your head once again. Bring your palms together. And then we're just going to take a little crescent bend over to the left. Really pausing here to feel that stretch up and down the right side of the body. A gentle curving arc, a little half moon, if you will. Maybe rolling your right shoulder back a little bit, but noticing how your ribs open up on the right side. Thinking about your lungs spreading and expanding with each breath. Under the armpit, getting a beautiful stretch. And then inhale, hands come up to center, and let your hands come down by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive slowly down, forward fold. From our forward fold position, step your feet back, and we're going to go right back into Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog once again. Go through that same little checklist, plugging in your hands, feeling the energy flow. No posture in this practice today is going to be a throwaway. We're really embodying each and every asana to feel what it can do for us. I love this idea of slowing down and just feeling what we're doing. One more breath. And then we're going to bring our toes together to touch once again. Walking up that tightrope, we walked up, so now we have to walk back. This time we're going to bring the left foot forward. My left heel is now kissing my right toes. Feel the stretch along that hamstring. Pause here for a moment. And then bring the right foot gently in front of the left. Seeing where you can go to stretch those hamstrings gently. Left foot in front of right. Right foot in front of left. Left foot in front of right. And then right foot comes next to the left. We're right back in our forward fold position at the front of the mat. This time inhale, let's come up halfway, flatten out the back as we lift the crown of the head forward. Just get a little length through the spine. Enjoying Ardha Uttanasana, rolling the shoulders back and pressing our shoulder blades back toward the waist.
lifting the navel up, finding support through the lower abs. Slightly bring your weight forward onto the balls of the feet. Again, this takes a little effort, right? But see if you can find the ease. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale, hands down by your side. Take a breath in mountain pose. Inhale, bring the arms up. Once again, connect the palms. And let's take that little arcing crescent over to the right this time. Pausing here for several breaths. Refine your crescent. Pressing down through the left ankle. Feeling the energy even on the outside of your left knee. Rising up, stretching under the armpit. Full breath here. Inhaling, bringing arms up and overhead. Exhale, and let's forward fold. From our forward folding position, we're going to step back, press back to downward facing dog. Nice full breath here in. And out. And from downward facing dog, bring your right foot forward. Help it up to the front of the mat as we move into a lunging position. Stretching back through the left Achilles, lifting up through the back of the left thigh. Relax your shoulders, use your supports as needed. Blocks are always there. Lengthen through your spine. Again, the key or the trick, it gets a little harder when we have poses that require more effort to find the ease. From our low runner's lunge, we're going to use our core energy into the center of the body, lifting our hands up and rising all the way to the top. Bringing our hands to the waist to begin. Just relax your shoulders down in high lunge. Finding your balance. Bringing energy into the center. Relax your neck. Find your breath once again. And then we'll bring the arms forward, lifting them up, but keeping those shoulders relaxed and down. Deep breath here, expanding your heart. Exhale. And let's bring the hands all the way slowly back down. Bring your left foot forward. Come into a forward fold position. Inhale, rise up. Upward facing hands. Exhale and forward fold. Step back to downward facing once again. High, take 3 breaths here. This isn't just a transition pose. We're not throwing any of them away today. We're going to embody each one. Fully embrace this practice. All right, and then we'll bring the left foot forward, coming into a lunging position with the left foot forward on the mat, stretching that right Achilles back, lifting up through the right thigh. This engages your pelvis, it engages your lower core. You find your strength. Lift and lengthen through your spine. Your head is reaching forward. And then from our low lunge position, once again, harness your core energy. Bring it all into the center. Use your center core to lift up, coming to high lunge. Starting off just with the legs, really establishing a beautiful foundation with the earth. Hands can come to your waist. Relax your upper body. Can you find the ease in this pose? It's a challenge. Slowly bringing your arms forward. Keep those shoulders relaxed. As you bring the hands up, chin is slightly lifted, your heart is open as your chest expands. Deep breath. And then gently bring your hands forward, bring them back down to the mat. Slide your left foot back, drop your knees down, and let's take 3 breaths in child's pose. Embrace the balance of effort and ease. That is the beauty of our practice. One more full breath. Into a seated twist. So come onto your seat once again. And coming into one that we don't do very often, but it's a Bharadvajasana. So we're going to have both of our legs folded the same direction. Starting off with your, if it's mirroring you, this would be your right leg coming up next to your right hip. And then your left leg is going to tuck. So you can see how my feet are kind of tucked. My my left is kind of tucked into the sole of my right foot. So we've got the legs going the same direction. And then, so find your seat, lifting up. And we're going to take the hand over to the side with the feet. We're going to bring the other hand around to the back, and we're going to twist and look over at that left shoulder. Deep breath here, and with each breath, start to relax and release. Feeling the twist in the spine just enough. Know you're starting to release some tension, you're starting to open things up. Relax through your neck, let your jaw release. Shoulders drop down toward the earth. If you find that there's more space, once you start to ease into this a little bit more, then you can just relax into that. With your hand that's behind the body, feel free to take your arm around and maybe even reach backward with your hand back behind your back. Your fingers might reach around to your right arm. A couple more breaths here. Inhale and come back to center. Switch the position of your legs. We'll take that on the other side. And just sort of tucking your feet together to connect them. Sit up nice and tall to start. We always want to lift the energy up to create as much space as we can in the vertebra. And then we'll take the left arm around, reaching with the palm up, reaching toward the bent knee. Right arm's going to come around behind the back of the body and just start easing yourself into the twist. Twists are always something we want to take our time with. If there's ever a pose to balance effort and ease, it's a twist, because gradual movement will take place. Where you need the little extra space, where you can release some tension a little bit more. If you want to take that back arm around, reach it behind your body. The fingers may reach toward your left arm. Where you can let go and just feel effortless. All right, slowly unwind, coming back to center. We're going to come back around to our seat. Believe it or not, I had probably twice as much packed into this class as we got to. This could have been a 2-hour class, to be honest. But I hope you've enjoyed going so slow. Let's come on down to our back. I know I have. It's made me feel really good. I hope it has you. Come on down to your back. And let's just draw the right knee into the chest. Lift your right foot up toward the ceiling. Bring your hands behind your right thigh. Flex through your foot. And then draw your straight foot toward your head a little at a time. If you want to explore and bring your hands up over, past your knee and up onto your calf, you might get a little bit more stretch there. Once you found a place at the edge of your stretch, relax your shoulders down. So make sure that you can feel your shoulders gently resting on the mat. You're not stretching, you're not straining. You're just balancing that right leg up. And then try pointing your right toes, pointing your right foot. Feel the stretch along the top of your foot. All those little bones of the feet, stretching and reaching. And then flex your foot, go the other way, stretching your Achilles and all the way down through the back of the right leg. Deep, full breaths. Enjoy every single breath of life. Slide your hands down. Bring your right foot to the mat. Bend your left knee and hug it in, and then straighten your left leg up to the ceiling. Hands behind your thigh to start with. Just feel the stretch on that left leg. How far do you want to go? How far do you need to go? And then maybe bring your hands up to the calf if that feels available. If not, keep them down low. I want your shoulders relaxed down on the mat. Paying attention to every little sensation traveling up from the lower back all the way up to the heel of your foot. All those nerve endings are connected. And then try pointing your left foot, stretching the tarsals.
tops of our feet don't get stretched nearly as much as we need to for full range of motion of our feet. Can you relax the rest of your body down even as you're holding this posture in place? How much can you let go of the rest of you? Maybe flex your foot now, bending it the other way. Achilles stretching. Beautiful. All right, let's bring that foot down. Believe it or not, it's time to take Shavasana. So stretch your legs out. Establishing a firm connection to the mat, on the backs of your heels, your calves, your hips, shoulders relaxed. And once again, make a determination if you'd like the palms up or down, depending on which direction you need your energy to go. Let's revisit the essence of our breath. The essence of pure sensation of the body. Letting the mind be 100% at ease. Lay back, soak in the awareness of pure aliveness. Gratitude of just being here and alive in the beauty of this moment. This is our practice. Deeper, a little fuller. Open and expand your chest and bring in a sense of energy. Perhaps wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe bend your knees and hug your knees into your chest. You can roll back and forth if that feels good.
Help yourself up in whatever way you like. Back to your seat. Right where we started in Sukhasana. Let's lift our arms up, reach them overhead. Connect your palms and then gently allow them to drop down to the heart center. May you find ease through the rest of your day. May you put forth the effort that is needed only to drop into the peacefulness of yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Om Shanti and Namaste.